Sorry this is late, but with a certain someone getting married, you'd understand. So here are my short reviews of the 2013 summer and fall anime seasons. Yeah, it's December and we're getting close to the anime awards, so I wanted to do these two seasons together. And I will be skipping some titles like Free, Silver Spoons, Diabolic Lovers, and a few other titles since we plan on doing separate reviews for you guys. Alright? So here we go. Summer 2013 anime season. Let's start with Chronicles of the Going Home Club. When asked which school club she would be interested in, Natsuki replied, the Go Home Club. To her surprise, though, it turns out that there's actually such a club at her school, and she ends up joining the club reluctantly. Karin Tono also joined the Going Home Club with Natsuki Ando, which at the time consists only of 3 members, Sakura Domyoji, Botan Oagi, and Claire Kokonoi. In this club, they discuss almost everything, they joke around, and play. Very, 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 very boring. I gave this anime the benefit of the doubt with such a title. I mean, Japan's come up with some crazy ideas here and there, so you should never judge an anime by its title. But after forcing myself to watch episode 1, I was done. Wouldn't really recommend this anime to anyone in need of a comedy, cause you're not gonna find it here. The Dog and Scissors. The absurd mystery comedy centers around Kazuhito Harumi, a high school boy who is obsessed with reading books. One day, he is killed in the middle of a robbery and resurrected as a dachshund. Unable to read in his new form, the hapless Kazuhito now belongs to Kirihime Natsuno, a sadistic novelist who uses scissors on Kazuhito to abuse him. Okay, if you're with PETA, don't watch this and don't sue. The rest of you, it's pretty crazy, and to me, it's a little uncomfortable with what this lady will put this dog through. I mean, she just keeps abusing the hell out of this guy, and for no good reason whatsoever. In order for this story to work, the characters need to have some sort of connection in order to build to the violence. Kind of like a childhood sweetheart slapping her friend for saying something stupid. Here, Natsuno can hear Kazuhito's thoughts, so she decides to take him home and kill him just so she wouldn't have to listen to him anymore. What the hell? It's supposed to be a comedy, but I don't really think it's funny. Especially to a dog. I know it's an anime and all, but I'm sorry, it's just not good. Fantasista Dolls. Uzume Ono is a young student and former champion of a trading card game competition. Out of the blue, she is trusted with a special device containing 6 powerful Fantasista dolls. These dolls are sentient virtual beings who reside in cards, which are now controlled by their new master, Uzume. Oh my god, 3 in a row. Because this show is just terrible. I'm sorry, I'm like dishing out all these bad shows, but this show. I mean, dude, I just want to play a freaking card game, not form a freaking friendship with virtual characters in a card game. I mean, how can they make the idea of a cutesy little girl befriending female fighters in a fake virtual world in which their sole purpose is to play an intense card game and make it work? It's not the first anime to have card games or characters forming a relationship with their pawns, because let's face it, that's what they are. With Pokemon, the Pokemon Masters have to form a bond with their Pokemon in order to win battles. Plus, if they get hurt, they have to take care of them since they are living, breathing creatures. With Yu-Gi-Oh!, the characters and the cards come to life in a virtual field, but you don't see Yugi taking his Dark Magician out for tea, now do you? This anime is nothing but pure moe with an unoriginal story. All I can say is, don't waste your time. Ken Iro Mosaic, or Kinmoza for short. Shinobu Omiya is a 15-year-old girl who had once did a homestay in Great Britain when she was 10 years old. She met a blonde, extremely shy English girl named Alice Cardelet. Once getting to know each other and getting past the language barrier issue, the two become close friends. On Shinobu's last day in England, Alice makes a promise that she will come visit Japan someday. 5 years later, Shinobu receives a letter from Alice stating that she is coming to Japan, and on the same day of receiving the letter, Alice appears at Shinobu's school, revealing that she has transferred to her class and will be staying at her house. I definitely say watch it, but for the wrong reasons. 2 words. English and racism. Let me explain. When Shinobu visits Great Britain, the anime doesn't snap their fingers and boom, everyone speaks Japanese, including the bloody queen. Nope. Everyone in the country speaks English. The good old-fashioned trait where Japanese try to speak English. It's just hilarious to hear it. And as for racism, there is one scene where Alice is looking for Shinobu. When she asks around the school for her, she says, "Have you seen my friend? She looks like this." And boom! She reveals a Japanese wooden doll with dark hair and slanted eyes. All look same to her, right? I'm sorry. It's a cute anime showing how far friendship can go, but I fell in love with it for the English and cutesy racism. Just see it for yourself. Love Lab. The Fujisaki Girls Academy is well known for educating la creme de la creme of young ladies, and the perfect example of demeanor is the beloved student president, Maki. Except that Riko, the boyish tomboy of the school, discovers by accident that Maki really has a young girl heart filled with curiosity and passion, and now Riko is forced to keep the secret so that she can help Maki in her romantic experiences by acting as a substitute boyfriend. This is definitely up for Best Comedy of 2013, and all because of the main character, Maki, the oh-so-perfect student council president. It's all about her obsession with finding true love, and believe me when I say, she's desperate. She practices kissing on a pillow, she practices running into people in the hallway while eating toast, she practices holding hands with her friend Riko, the list goes on. Everything she knows about true love is what she sees in the media, but she is performing them in the wrong way. Oh, the things she puts Riko through. It's a funny comedy that made me want to watch more, so I can watch Maki more. Check it out, you'll get a good laugh. Makai Oji, Devils and Realists. After his uncle's business fails, William Twining, an intelligent young noble, finds himself in a dire financial situation. With no funds for his school tuition, he searches his house until he comes upon the basement. There, he accidentally summons Dantelion, who recognizes William as a descendant of Solomon and the Elector, the individual who would choose a substitute ruler for when the Emperor of Hell, Lucifer, rests. From the moment on, William's life is irrevocably interwoven with the supernatural world, as other demonic candidates for substitute king, via for his nomination, and heaven attempts to retrieve his soul. For those of you who are major fans of I Love Bishi romances, this is for you! Not sure if I'll turn into a yaoi since I have been fooled before. Betrayal Knows My Name gave me nothing. Nothing! And as for the story, it's the characters that are carrying me through this. A hardcore realist suddenly pushed into a supernatural frenzy, and he has no freaking clue what to do. Everything in his life till now always made sense through science. God, Satan, and creatures of the night were all nonsense to him. Then out of the blue, his whole world is turned upside down, and he's stuck in this uncomfortable situations with angels and demons fighting over him. It's pretty amusing if you ask me. If you love hot bishis and supernatural stuff, check this anime out. The only thing that bugs me is this. Why didn't I find this for the top 32 sexy men and women of anime? Next year, man. Next year. Servant X Service. Lucy's parents had a very hard time picking a single name for her when she was born. Because of her indecisiveness, Lucy's parents had a very hard time picking a single name for her when she was born. Because of their indecisiveness, they decided to give her over a dozen different names. Wow. And it was legally approved by a civil servant, no less. At an adult age, Lucy manages to land a job at the same public service office, but her reason is to seek revenge against the person who legalized her ridiculously long name. Being a civil servant is not an easy job due to dealing with many angry citizens, facing different challenges, and having to put up with a wacky co-worker each day. However, Lucy is determined to do whatever it takes to get her revenge. They made the daily lives of social workers into an anime. Whee! I'll say this though, the characters are pretty funny, and some of the situations they're put through is good to watch, but I'm not sure if I'm interested in watching a show about social workers. I mean, it's good, and it has interesting characters, but I don't know, it's an anime about social workers. This is, however, one of the few slice of life animes that actually came out this year, so maybe you'll see this in the Anime Awards. It may not be interesting to me, but the characters and the story are good. Stella Women's Academy High School Division C3. Yura Yamato has just arrived at the high school division of Stella Women's Academy when Sonara Kashima invites her to join a club called C3. Or C Cubed, I don't know. Well, this is one after school activity you don't see every day. I mean, why not? I'd sign up for high school paintball. The anime is full of fun and quirky action, but there's one major problem. They play the girl power card way too hard. Here in this fancy, feminine all-girls school, girls are delicate ladies, and in this school they can be sweet and kind to other young ladies while sipping tea and eating cake. But wait a second, these girls form a paintball club? Well, that's not so ladylike. Oh man, we are so badass because, we're girls and doing extreme paintballing. Oh man, we love strategy games. Let's go play Rambo mode. Cause, Rambo's badass like we are. We're girls and we like paintball. You see what I mean? It's cute overall, but they play the girl power card way too much. Still, check it out if you're interested. Sunday without God. God abandoned the world on Sunday. As a result, nobody in the world can die or reproduce. A little girl, I, is the gravekeeper for a village. She has prepared 47 graves for the eventual deaths of every member of the village. Later, a boy who identifies himself as Happy Hambart, the man-eating toy, quote-unquote, which is coincidentally the name of Ai's mother left behind as the name of her father, arrives in the village and slaughters everybody. Well, isn't that fun? If there's one thing you learned from Madoka Magica, it's this. Don't let the moe fool you! This is a pretty dark anime. I mean, no one can die. No one can reproduce. No one can go to heaven. It's game over, man. Game over! And if the gravekeeper buries you, you're pretty much sleeping for eternity or perhaps trapped in a box buried beneath the ground. And they don't really clarify. All they say is the gravekeeper brings peace to the quote-unquote dead, but I thought these people couldn't die. So do you sleep or lie in there in a box forever? And this whole world of despair and hopelessness is all centered around this cutesy little girl who's supposedly the youngest gravekeeper ever. It's dark and depressing, and I'm not sure if I want to watch anymore. I may watch it just to see if God comes back or if a miracle pops up in the end, but just be warned, this show may depress you. Watamote. Tomoko Kuroki is about as socially dysfunctional as it is possible for a first-year high school girl to be. We start the story when she realizes she has attended high school for 3 months without ever talking to anyone at all. Not all is lost, however, since she is irresistibly optimistic about her chances to turn around and live a fulfilling high school life. This is sad. It's just so sad to watch. It's funny, but it's just so sad. You just want to reach through the screen, give her a big hug, and say, I'll be your friend. Come here, I'll be your friend. It's hard to go through high school without friends. You can do well with your grades and such, but you just feel lonely and wonder why you can't be accepted by others. You want to venture out and have fun, but it's no good without friends. Tomoko was the prime example of what happens when you don't have friends. You lack social skills, you panic a lot, and you just separate yourself from the world. I'll keep watching this show just to see how far she can go from being a socially awkward teen. Fall 2013 anime season. Yay, we're here! Ace of the Diamond. The story begins with Eijun Sawamura, a pitcher who joins an elite school with a brilliant catcher named Kazuya Miyuki. Together with the rest of the team, they strive for Japan's storied Koishien Championships through hard work and determination. This is a really good sport anime that teaches the true meaning of playing sports. It's not about the equipment or the money, it's about teamwork and friendship. That's all I can say. Moving on. Arpeggio of the Blue Steel Ars Nova. By 2039, global warming has caused sea levels to rise and large amounts of territory to be lost. Dun dun dun! As though in response, a mysterious group of warships called the Fleet of the Mist appeared in every corner of the ocean and began attacking human ships. In spite of humanity mustering all their strength, they were utterly defeated by the Mist's overwhelming force. All of humanity's trade routes were blocked by the Fleet of Mist, their political economy was destroyed, and the human race was steadily beaten down. 7 years later, the Fleet of Mist submarine I-401 appears before Cadet Gunzo Chihaya. The humanoid life form that pilots the sub, who should be their enemy, is instead offering her services to mankind. So, imagine Code Geass, but C2 was solely connected to a giant Deus Ex Machina battleship. Huzzah! And what's more, there are other ships that are like the I-401 that also have cute girls as their humanoids. You know, strangely enough, I wouldn't mind the idea if there were mixed-gendered humanoids. But overall, this anime went from interesting to battleship harem! It's predictable and silly, but if you like cute girls and battleships, go right ahead and watch this very strange anime. Gallilei Donna. In 2061, global warming, what's global warming this year, is a thing of the past as a new ice age covers the world. Hozuki, Hazuki, and Kazuki Ferrari, three descendants of Galileo, live in Tuscany. Why do they have Japanese names? A mysterious organization is searching for the Gallilei Donna and put out an international arrest warrant for the three sisters. The sisters must put aside their differences to join forces in fighting the organization and learning their true destiny. This is a brilliant, creative, and beautifully done anime. Sure, it's a story that's been done before with sisters or just people in general coming together to fight against a bigger power, but just the overall creativity that went into the technology and settings really brought this anime to a new level. They took advantage of the idea that these girls are descendants of the great Galileo Galilei, and made technology that revolved around this great inventor. It's charming and beautiful to just watch, and the two of the sisters are just great characters. So yeah, I give this anime a must-watch. Gingitsune. Makoto was the 15th generation heiress of a small shrine to the god Inari. Her father is still the shrine's priest, but Inari's divine messenger, Gintaro, has appeared to Makoto, marking her as a true successor. Gintaro has the ability to see a short distance into the future and to find lost objects, but is unmotivated and foul-mouthed. In spite of this, he becomes friends with Makoto, and together they help those who come to the shrine. A very charming anime with great characters. Gintaro may be lazy and rude sometimes, but he's got a backstory that makes you want to cry a little. The friendship between Gintaro and Makoto is very sweet to watch. They make really good friends. As for the story, it's pretty generic, but it's still cute. I'd say I'd watch it just for Makoto and Gintaro. Golden Time. Banri finds himself completely lost after the opening ceremony, trying to find his way to the freshman orientation. At the moment, he runs into another lost freshman from the same school, Mitsuo Yanagisawa, and they hit it off at once. Somehow, arriving at their intended goal just on time, there appears in front of them a beautiful girl holding a bouquet of roses, who hits Mitsuo across the face with them and hands the flowers over to him. This stylish, well-dressed, and perfect woman is his childhood friend, Koko Kaga. As children, they had promised to marry each other one day, fulfilling their dreams. In order to escape from her, Mitsuo had gone out secretly and taken the examination for his well-known private college, but she also took the law entrance exam, catching up with him there. Oh man. It starts out one way, but then it pulls a twist that the past M. Night Shyamalan used to deliver. Oh, Avatar. Anyways, you just have to get past episode 1, and you'll be fine. I say that only because law school is boring, and the girl in blue you see in the picture there is that girl who won't leave you alone and won't take the fucking hint. She's a girl on a mission and won't take no for an answer. I hate people like that, but I will say she does mellow out and she is pretty sweet, so that's good at least. It's got a very interesting twist and great character design, so if you're interested, just get past episode 1. I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. Isn't that reality in a nutshell? On the day before his hero exam, the Demon King was defeated, so now that Rao can't become a hero, he settles down to work at a Magic Shop Leon, a small consumer electronics store in the royal capital. After leaving his heroics behind and becoming a store clerk, Raul has been busy every day. However, his average life takes a great turn when he meets a young girl seeking a part-time job. Her name is Fino, and she is the daughter of the defeated Demon King. Ooh. It went from this reality sucks with broken dream story to, I'm just gonna say it, ass and titties. Ass and titties. Lots of panty shots, lots of jiggly boobs, and some nude shots here and there. Does that make it a bad anime? Well, it's distracting. There's this bittersweet tale of a man trying to adjust to his new reality when his true dream was dashed, like most of us. But then we get all this fan service in our faces that we forget what the story's about. So overall, if you want a flashy harem, here you go. Kill la Kill. Ryuko Matoi carries a large weapon shaped like half of a pair of scissors. She's looking for a woman with the other half who killed her father. The Satsuki Kiryuina? I cannot pronounce this. Just the student council president of the Honoji Academy is said to know the woman's identity, so Ryuko transfers there. Those who arrive at the school receive a special Goku uniform. Goku. And Satsuki has used the power to rule the school in fear. So here's Kill Bill plus True Grit, but with shiny, powerful uniforms. A lot of action and violence, but little plot. It's entertaining to watch at least, and the animation is top-notch from Trigger Studios. I can't say the story is good since it's just about a girl who wants to find her father's killer, but Kill la Kill is pretty much all action and no story. I will warn you that the true form of Ryuko's uniform is a bit revealing. It's so bad that the girl who tried to cosplay it had to be escorted out. It's that bad. So if you just want all action with a little bit of fan service and little plot, here's Kill la Kill. Okay, I'm out of breath and my throat hurts. And due to my job hours, that was all the fall season anime I could watch up till now. But rest assured, I will watch the rest for the Anime Awards 2013. Like I said above, we will be working on some separate anime reviews. If there's any in particular you want us to review, please leave us a comment down below. The award show is next, as well as our holiday Matsuri coverage, so stick around and stay tuned to Anime America. Bye!